Work smarter rather than harder. Work smarter rather than harder. So all you have to do is read the first chapter. Okay, in that first chapter there are two questions. How many questions? There are two questions. And what is the paper weightage? Paper weightage is one question. So from two questions there will be definitely one question appear in the examination. So you have to read two questions to write one question. Okay. So so the first section will be for the three questions, right? 10 into 3, that is equal to 30. So you have scored 10 marks from learning two questions. You will be writing one question. Okay, then next is the very easy chapter is second chapter. The second chapter you are having four questions. Okay, you are having four questions, and the weightage is two questions. Two questions will become in the examination. So you have to read four questions, and you can easily write the two questions. So overall, 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. If you will read these 6 questions, you will be able to write these 3 questions. You will be able to attempt these 3 questions, and you can easily score 30 out of 30 for the section A of the examination. I hope you are getting. A very warm welcome to my YouTube channel, that is TS Toppers. Yes, intermediate students, we have already discussed the paper pattern and paper weightage as well. But actually, it is an old one because the newly exclusive one is the exclusive one is right now. I'm going to explain you. So the first chapter, IP 2022 Civics Political Science first year. This is very new pattern. Okay, so the first chapter is the introduction chapter. From that we will get 10 marks question, one 10 marks question, one 10 marks question, one 5 marks question, and 2 marks, two questions. Okay, the total marks will be 19 marks. The total marks will be 19 marks. Then the next second chapter is state. The name of the chapter is state, and from the chapter we are going to get two questions of 10 marks. Okay, and we are going to score 20 marks out of the chapter, and three 5 marks questions. Okay, then next three 2 marks questions. Overall we are getting 41 marks out of one chapter. Only one chapter we are getting 41 marks. Okay, fine, let us move towards the next chapter. The next chapter is political concepts. Political concepts. So there is no long question, 10 marks question from political concepts. There are 5 short answers. Okay, there are 5 short answers, 5 marks questions from political concepts. So let us highlight it. And then next is three short questions, very short questions, that is 2 marks questions from fourth chapter, that is political concepts. And overall marks we are getting from this fourth chapter is 31 marks, which is the second highest in the total marks. The first highest was second chapter, that is state, 41 marks, and the second highest is fourth chapter, that is political concepts, 31 marks. Okay, let us move towards the next one. That is none other than our important political ideologies. The first question from this chapter will be a 10 marks question. Then there is no 5 marks question in this chapter. Then 3 2 marks question in this chapter. So the total marks will be 16 marks. The total marks will be 16 marks. Then the next chapter is rights and duties. Rights and duties. The first question will be 10 marks question from rights and duties. There will be 2 5 marks questions from this chapter, and also 3 very short answers from this chapter. So the total marks awarded from this chapter will be 26 marks. 26 marks from 6th chapter, that is rights and duties. The next part is democracy. Democracy. The first question will be 10 marks question from 8th chapter, democracy. Then the 5 marks questions from democracy chapter. Then next 3 marks questions, 2 marks questions, there will be 3 questions. 2 into 3, that is equal to 6 marks for very short answers. So the overall marks will be 26 for the 8th chapter, that is democracy. Then next comes secularism. Secularism, there is no essay answer from this chapter. There is short answer from this chapter, that is one short answer from secularism and two very short answers from secularism. So the overall marks is 9 marks, 0 9. Then our next chapter comes, that is constitution. Constitution, there is no essay answer from this constitution. There will be two short answers from constitution. There will be three very short answers from the constitution, and then our total marks will be 16 marks. Okay. Then organs of government, that is our 11th chapter. One essay question from this 11th chapter, two short questions from this 11th chapter, and three very short questions from this 11th chapter. So the overall marks will be 16. This is the paper weightage according to the new syllabus, that is only for the year 2022. That is only, I repeat, that is only for the year 2022. The paper weightage, the paper pattern which I have uploaded in my previous videos, it was for 2021, and this is the exclusive one for 2022. Yes, students, you might have thinking that sir has given us a wrong information and we have prepared in a wrong way, but it's not completely true. I agree that it's true for a part, but it's not completely true. Okay, because in the previous video I have uploaded you, I said that there are three chapters. There are three chapters which will give you 83 marks. Okay, so I'm not stepping back from those words. Okay, so what were those three chapters? Those were fourth chapter and sixth chapter and eighth chapter. Okay, so here the most important chapter I recommend from this pattern, the 2022 pattern, exclusive pattern, is also the fourth chapter. And let us see how many marks the fourth chapter is yielding, how many marks the sixth chapter is yielding, how many marks the eighth chapter is yielding in previous one 21, and also in current one 22. Let us have a brief discussion on it. Yes, I was saying that in my previous video that I have uploaded, I said that in 2021, that is previous year pattern, fourth chapter is going to give us 21 marks, sixth chapter is going to give us 24 marks, and eighth chapter is going to give us 26 marks. Okay, so according to this, the marks when compared to this year 2022 marks, fourth chapter is going to give you 31 marks, and sixth chapter is going to give you 26 marks, and eighth chapter is going to give you 26 marks, and these marks are more when compared to 2021 marks. It means that if you have read these three chapters, according to me, as per by my influence, by listening to me, if you have read all the question and answers from these three chapters, you will get these many marks: 31. Okay, 6 plus 6 12 plus 1 13. Okay, 4 5 6 7 8, 83 marks. You will get 83 marks same in these chapters at the current scenario. Okay, another important thing I want to share is that every time we cannot study every time cannot we cannot follow a simple pattern. We cannot follow the same pattern. Actually, this is weightage wise, we can call it as chapter wise learning. Okay, we are considering all the chapter, whole the chapter, not any important answer, not any particular answer, not any particular lesson, not any particular topic. Okay, we are considering the whole chapter and we are reading the whole chapter. This is called as chapter wise reading. So according to my knowledge, as per the current situation, current scenario, the exams are approaching, so there is very less time remaining, so we cannot follow this procedure as of now. So for that, I had come up with another idea which is very interesting and very useful for you students. Let us move towards that idea. Have a glance on it. Yes, this is our new strategy to prepare for the TS Interpolitical Science first year, 10 marks questions and 5 marks questions. So here we can see that there is chapter wise numbers, weightage and questions. Okay, so what I'm telling you is that the first chapters, in the first chapter the weightage is one question. The only one question will be appear in the examination from first chapter. And how many questions are there in textbook in the first chapter? That is two questions only. So from these two questions there will be only one question appearing in the text, from the textbook into the question paper. Okay, from two questions there will be one question appearing in the examinations. Okay, from four questions there will be two questions appearing in the examination. In the second chapter there will be two, the weightage is two questions. So from second chapter two questions will be appearing in the examination. So we have to learn four questions, because there are four questions in second chapter. From the four questions there will be two questions appear in the second chapter. Okay, and then next, from fifth chapter, one question is the weightage. So two questions are there in the textbook. Eighth chapter, one question is the weightage, four questions are there in the textbook. Sixth chapter, one question is the weightage, three questions are there in the textbook. 11th chapter, one question is the weightage, and three questions are there in the textbook. So overall, six chapters are there, seven questions are there, and 18 questions from textbook. Okay, then next, let let us see the one of the important point, that is, work smarter rather than harder. Work smarter rather than harder. So all you have to do is read the first chapter. Okay, in that first chapter there are two questions. How many questions? There are two questions. And what is the paper weightage? Paper weightage is one question. So from two questions there will be definitely one question appear in the examination. So you have to read two questions to write one questions. Okay, so so the first section will be for three questions, right? 10 into 3, that is equal to 30. So you have scored 10 marks from learning two questions. You will be writing one question. Okay, then next is the very easy chapter is second chapter. The second chapter you are having four questions. Okay, you are having four questions, and the weightage is two questions. Two questions will become in the examination. So you have to read four questions, and you can easily write the two questions. So overall 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. If you will read these six questions, you will be able to write these three questions. You will be able to attempt these three questions, and you can easily score 30 out of 30 for the section A of the examination. I hope you are getting my point. What is my point? Fine. Let us move towards the another section, that is section B. The section B is 5 marks questions. The section B is 5 marks question. First chapter 5 marks question, weightage is one question only. But the questions in the textbook are only two questions. So it is very simple. Just read two questions. You will definitely you will be able to write one question, and you will easily get 5 marks. So here you will got 5 marks. So next one is second chapter. From second chapter there will be three questions. Weightage is three questions, but the questions in textbook are six. Okay. From fourth chapter weightage is five questions, but the questions are 13. The from sixth chapter the weightage is two questions, but the questions are two. From eighth chapter the questions is two, and the weightage is two. Sorry, weightage is two, but the questions are four. In the ninth chapter the weightage is one, questions are five. 10th chapter weightage is two, questions are three. 11th chapter weightage is two, questions are three. So overall eight chapters are there, 18 questions are there, and 38 questions are there from textbooks. Okay, from, and we can see that here, third here 7 questions are there, and here 18 questions are there. 18 plus 7 is equal to 25. Okay, 25 questions are there. More 25 will be very short answers. So total the number of questions will be in the examination will be 50 questions. Out of 50 we have to write any Okay, so here also the same thing is applicable. Work smarter rather than harder. Work smarter rather than harder. So what all you have to do is very simple thing. Don't panic. We have very less time. Okay, so we can easily score good marks by reading following these steps. If you do agree this, do subscribe, like, share, and comment. Yes, work smarter rather than harder. First chapter weightage is one question. Okay, so how many questions are there in the textbook? Two questions are there. Okay, eighth chapter weightage is two questions. How many questions are there? Four. 10th chapter, two questions are there, weightage. How many questions are there? Three. 11th chapter, two questions are there in weightage. How many questions are there? Three. So two, yes, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So seven. We are covering the seven questions. Okay. This actually I am supposed to give you a very short and quick trick. That's why I have selected the first easy questions. These are the seven questions for your brevity, for your uh, purpose of brevity. You have to write in one another question. Total eight questions you have to attempt. That is totally upon your own purpose. Yes. So 12 questions are there in weightage and 7 questions are there in the textbook. Okay, okay. 12 questions are there in the weight. 7 questions are there in the weightage and 12 questions are there in the textbook. So this is our new trick which we have to follow to easily score in the examination, and it is very effective. It is very efficient. It is very effective. It is very useful. Okay, and if you agree with me, please comment me that you have agree with me, that you agree with my tip and tricks. And if you don't agree, yes, do comment that you don't agree. Be frank. And if you want to know which are the important answers for the 2 marks also, I will make another video only and only on your demand by comments. Thank you for watching my video. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe. PS Toppers Telangana.